The world's borders are awful and in need of fixing, so today I'm going to redraw countries' borders just as if I was chosen to be the world leader and given infinite power. Also, a little heads up, some of these countries will get punished real hard in terms of territory laws, but not because I hate the local people living there that just want to live their lives. Just assume that I'm punishing the country's government instead, not the people, okay? It's all just a joke and should definitely not be taken seriously at all. Let's jump straight in. The first victim on our list will be the two Koreas, which will be reunited under South Korea. Sorry Kimi, but you simply gotta go. Also, let me make this northern border with Russia a bit more visible. There we go. Now let's move up north to Mongolia. This relatively innocent seeming country once had the biggest empire in the world, but now the current borders seem nothing more than a disgrace to what was. So Mongolia will get some of its lands back in the form of Inner Mongolia, Tanutuva, and Buryatia. Much better. While on the topic of punishing communist China, Tibet will get independence again. After all this time, the Dalai Lama can finally return peacefully to his homeland. We will also separate Xinjiang or Turkestan while we're at it, and boom! West Taiwan, baby. Southeast Asia time now, and this panhandle here looks really awkward, so I'm going to give it to Thailand. Next, we are going to give Vientiane to Thailand and split Cambodia, half going to Thailand, half to Vietnam. This looks so much cleaner now, and I'm loving thick Vietnam so far. Down south, I don't really like how the island of Borneo is split, so we are simply gonna remove the borders altogether, uniting Malaysia and Brunei with Indonesia, which is also gonna receive Papua New Guinea. Moving on to the Indian subcontinent here, and all these weirdly shaped countries gotta go. No more Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, or Myanmar. They are all states of India now. In the west, there is also a simple fix. We are simply going to reunite Pakistan with India, therefore creating Greater India. And now it's time for Central Asia, where there's another bunch of very weirdly shaped countries. First, we are going to adjust Kazakhstan's borders and give the Russian majority areas to Russia. Then we are going to separate Balochistan from Pakistan and Iran. I think you know where this is going. If you guessed Stanistan, you would be absolutely right. Real Life Lord did a video about a hypothetical Stanistan, so I recreated it in here with a few adjustments. Now let's fix the Caucasus. I really like the shape of Georgia here, and it would make more sense to give it North Ossetia in exchange for Abkhazia, which is a Russian majority region. Next, Azerbaijan will receive Dagestan and the northern Azeri populated parts of Iran, but Nagorno-Karabakh is going to go to Armenia, which will get a big slice of Turkey and a coastline as compensation for the Armenian side. While on the topic of slicing Turkey, we are going to create a brand new country here in the Middle East called Kurdistan. The Kurds wanted independence for so long and they finally got it. Israel or Palestine? Which side are you on? I am on neither, so to solve this conflict once and for all, we are going to create a new state called Canaan, just like in biblical times. The new regime in Canaan will be accepting of all religions and ethnicities with zero tolerance for any sort of violence. While on the topic of the Middle East, it's also time to fulfill the Arabian dream by uniting all Arab countries into one big one, just like they wanted to do during World War I. Splendid. From intense desert heat to extreme cold, Finland is going to become thick land because we're gonna give it Karelia and this bit of northern Norway. Norway, however, is basically a slightly more Danish Sweden, so it will look better on the map if it united with Sweden. There we go. The Baltics will also unite since, again, it looks better on the map and they are very similar countries. Now for the elephant in the room, Ukraine. As compensation for the war, which will immediately stop if I become ruler of the world, Ukraine will receive these two oblasts in the north and the rest of the Donbass region, along with Crimea. That said, Ukraine is going to lose some land in the west, mainly this bit to Poland, northern Maramuresh to Czechoslovakia, and Czernowitz and Bujak to Romania. I know this will trigger a lot of people, but I really like how the German Empire looked on the map as this fat central power, so we're going to recreate it by giving Prussia and Königsberg back to Germany, as well as Alsace-Lorraine. Now let's go to the Balkans, where I'm going to offend a lot of people by giving a slice of Slovenia to Italy, as well as the Istria Peninsula, and giving Kosovo to Albania, since it's mostly actually ethnically Albanian. All these other countries are the same. Change my mind. Same language, same culture, same tradition. So Yugoslavia is back in business. We are going to split up Northern Macedonia though and give Bulgaria a little treat in exchange for this triangle region, which will go to Romania. Moving west now, Switzerland has kept its neutrality for far too long. It is time to split it up, and we'll do the exact same to Belgium. Now let's create 2 more countries to make up for the losses we had, those being Catalonia and Baskia. 2 more things to do in Europe. We are finally gonna reunite Ireland, and we're gonna remake Greater Romania. Let's move to North America now. The USA is not big enough, so we're simply gonna add Canada to it, and boom, simple. We are also gonna add Baja California to make it look nice. We've brought back a lot of old countries already, including this one, which we'll call Central America. We're gonna have to adjust the border with Mexico a little bit though. Now comes South America. First, we'll create Greater Guyana, and yet another brand new country, which we'll call Amazonia. You simply cannot trust all these governments to take care of Amazon first anymore, so we'll have one single regime that is hopefully gonna do a better job. We are also gonna unite Peru with Bolivia because it also looks nice, and we'll give it the Littoral department from Chile. In exchange, Chile will gain the entirety of Tierra del Fuego, still making it the longest country. Why are there 2 countries with Guay in their names instead of just one? We gotta fix that. And finally, Africa. Say bye-bye to Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, and the Maputo region of Mozambique. All of these will be incorporated into South America. Botswana, kinda chillin' though, so we'll give it the Caprivi Strip and the rest of the Kalahari Desert. Mozambique will now be split between the newly created Rhodesia, which is gonna get its panhandle back, and the East African Federation, also a new country. Ethiopia already has a really nice shape, but we can do even better. We're gonna give it Eritrea and Djibouti, and Somaliland, and most of Somalia besides this a bit into the south. Unite the Congo next, and also give it that small exclave of Cabinda. Before moving up north, we're gonna create the new country of Equatorial Africa, made up of Cameroon, besides that Western Mountainous region, Southern Chad, Central African Republic, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon. Next, there is also like a billion different Guineas, so we're just gonna create one country for all the Guineas, fittingly called Guinea. Have you ever wondered why Togo and Benin look like teeth of a British person? So do I. We're gonna slice off half of Togo and give it to Ghana, and the rest will glue onto Benin, creating the very totally new country of Togoland, which is gonna speak German again from now on because I said so. Speaking of language changes, Ghana will now speak Romanian because I found an imaginary map somewhere in the bowels of Pinterest where Romania became an empire and colonized Ghana for some reason, and I really like that idea. For the time being, we're gonna turn our eyes up north. The Romans got the map design of this region absolutely right, so we're gonna form a new country here inspired by the Romans, only consisting of coastal lands suitable for habitation, which we'll call Maghrebia after the Maghreb region. I know Egypt is the squarest country in the world, but we're gonna have to reduce it to mostly just around the Nile River, and we'll do the same to Sudan, which will now unite with Egypt for reasons you will see soon enough. Back to Western Africa now, and we're gonna bring back yet another country here, that being the good old Mali Empire. Who wouldn't want to have this absolutely legendary country on their map? We will unite the southern part of Niger with Nigeria, because honestly, why are they separate countries at this point? Now comes the country you've all been waiting for. Say hello to Sahara. We did the exact same thing we did with South America to create Amazonia, except in Africa. The last tweak we're gonna do is we're gonna split Angola between its surrounding nations, but most of it is gonna go to Rhodesia. There we go. That is how I would redraw the world if I became a supreme leader / dictator with infinite power over the world. Now then, let's see a new list with all of the countries in the world, in alphabetical order, of course. Abyssinia, Albania, Amazonia, America, Arabia, Argentina, Armenia, Australia, Azerbaijan, Baltia, Baskia, Botswana, Brazil, Bulgaria, Canaan, Caribbean Antilles, Catalonia, Central America, Czechoslovakia, Chile, Cuba, Danland, East African Federation, Egypt, Equatorial Africa, Finland, France, Georgia, Ghana, Great Britain, Greater Colombia, Greater Congo, Greater Germany, Greater Guyana, Greater India, Greater Mongolia, Greater Romania, Greece, Guay, Guinea, Hispaniola, Maghreb, Indonesia, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Korea, Kurdistan, Madagascar, Maghrebia, Mali Empire, Mexico, Netherlandia, New Zealand, Nigeria, Oceania, Persia, Perulivia, Philippine Land, Poland, Portugal, Rhodesia, Russia, Sahara, Siam, South Africa, Spain, Stanistan, Sweden, Tibet, Togoland, Turkey, Ukraine, Vietnam, West Taiwan, and finally Yugoslavia. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. See ya!